A local center that provides support to victims of child abuse and their families now needs your support. You're watching the Local News Network, brought to you by Big O Tires and True West Auto. I'm Wendy Graham Settle. A new golf tournament, the Conquistador Classic, will tee off for the first time on July 31st and August 1st at the Conquistador Golf Course in Cortez. Sponsored by the Dolores State Bank, the inaugural tournament will benefit the Four Corners Child Advocacy Center. But there's a catch. The bank has challenged the center and its supporters to raise $5,000 in donations during July, and the bank will match the donations. The Four Corners Child Advocacy Center is a nationally accredited organization established in 1993 by Cortez physician Robert Hale in partnership with the Montezuma County Child Protection Team, the Montelores Mental Health Association, area businesses, and concerned citizens. Dr. Hale had observed the suffering and trauma children experienced, not only from the abuse, but the experience of repeating their stories as their cases were investigated and prosecuted. Center staff attempt to reduce that trauma by videotaping forensics interviews with victims, providing efficient referrals for medical services, and advocate for children during the police investigations and prosecutions. They provide follow-up therapy and support for victims and their families, and they provide education to prevent abuse through mandated reporter trainings, body safety education, and stewards of children training that teaches adults how to recognize and react responsibly to child sexual abuse.
Well, part of our mission is to educate the community about the fact that child abuse and neglect takes place in our community, and that it's much larger than people are aware or want to admit or recognize. And so our mission is to provide services and to help protect and facilitate the healing of neglected and abused children in the Cortez community and the neighboring communities as well. We've been doing this for 25 plus years.
And our goal is to let the predators know that are preying on our children that we're watching you. We're watching everything you're doing. And that when you're in the grocery store or you're in Walmart and you get that gut feeling that there's something wrong with what you're watching with a child and an interaction with an adult, that you need to report it, because it's probably true. There is probably something going on. And so our goal is to let everyone in this community know that as a community, we need to bond together to protect the children in our community, because we're their voice.
The Child Advocacy Center served nearly 340 victims, from infants to young adults, during 2020. 44% were victims of sexual abuse and 32% were victims of physical abuse. About 3/4 of its budget comes from fundraising and grants. Brian said the July fundraising campaign and golf tournament will allow the center to hire an additional therapist to serve a growing caseload exacerbated by the pandemic, when children were stuck at home for most of the year. If you'd like to support the July fundraising campaign or want to enter the golf tournament, visit the Advocacy Center's website at nestcac.org. Thanks for watching this edition of the Local News Network. I'm Wendy Graham Settle.